I bet you never thought to make hamburger buns in your bread machine. Well, it's easy to do and they're delicious, better than anything you can buy in the store. I've been making this recipe for hamburger buns for years and years in my trusty bread machine. It's much easier than you might think, and the results are so delicious. So we're going to start with our liquid ingredients in the bread machine. We're starting with 3/4 of a cup of lukewarm water. Now we may use more than 3/4 of a cup, but we'll check our dough after it gets started mixing and figure that out. It will vary depending on the humidity in your air and the time of year. Next, we're adding 2 tablespoons of melted butter, unsalted butter, 1 egg that I've mixed up just a tiny bit. I fluffed my flour, and I'm measuring out 3.5 cups of bread flour. It's amazing that this is just a dump and go kind of recipe that's going to be so delicious. 2 cups, 3 cups. I like to spread it around a little bit in the machine just to even it out a bit. Then the next 3 ingredients are salt that I sprinkle around, sugar, 1/4 cup of sugar, and 1 tablespoon of bread machine yeast that I'll spread around a little bit. That's it. That's the ingredients. Close the lid. Select the cycle, which is going to be dough. Start button, and you'll hear it start. The dough has completed its first rise, and I'm ready to take it out of the bread machine. Taking the dough out of the bread machine, see that it's pliable. It's great. Now I'm going to cut the dough into 8 pieces. So that's pretty easy to do. Cut it in half. Cut it in half again, each piece. Now I have 8 pieces of dough that I'm going to roll into the size for hamburger buns. Now I'm using my kitchen scale to measure out, compare the weights of the dough to make sure they're all about the same size. Now I'm not fussing over it too much. They're all about 3.8 ounces in size. So next, you want to make sure that the tops of the buns are going to be smooth. And I'm going to be using a parchment lined baking sheet. So the next step, I'm going to roll each of the buns very gently between my hands and the countertop to smooth them out. This dough is beautiful. It is flexible, not too sticky. You see my hands are not getting dough covered. It's responding really well as I'm rolling it around on the countertop. And now we're getting ready for the second rise. And this will be for about an hour. And I'm going to cover them lightly. I'm placing a clean towel over the dough while it rises for about an hour. So here are the buns after the second raise, about an hour of the second raise. Now it's time to brush each of the buns with some melted butter to help them brown and be glossy. And pop them into the 375 degree preheated oven for about 15 to 18 minutes. Don't they look beautiful? If you wanted to put seeds on them, like everything bagel seasoning, you would brush with some egg white into the oven. And here are the buns straight from the oven. Beautiful, browned. I'm topping with just a little bit more butter. They're perfect for hamburgers or sandwiches. Delicious. I don't own a lot of machines for my kitchen, but I do own a bread machine and I use it frequently. And why do I do that? Because it makes bread making so easy. It's economical, it's practical, and you can make some really tasty bread products to share with your family and friends. Makes a lot of sense. This bread machine I got on Amazon several years ago. It's not expensive. I'll put the link in the detailed section of this video, and you can check it out and see if you'd like to have one yourself.